Hey Soch 244, I'm Corinne and I'm going to be talking to you about makeup and how racism and sexism affects the way I apply it. I know, it feels like there's nothing I can do that isn't somehow impacted by those two things. So I want to talk about, why was I attracted to makeup in the first place? Because it's fun? Because I can do it and it's relatively easy and it's easy to get the materials? Or is it because I'm a woman and women are supposed to like makeup and feminine things? I mean, I would like to think that if I was born with the penis, that I would still like makeup because makeup is fun and I like it a lot. But would masculine ideals deter me from wearing it even though it's something that I really like to do? I don't want to believe that society plays a role in the way I do things, but in Killing Us Softly, Jean Kilbourne talks about how we like to think that we aren't influenced by society or advertisements, but in general we are. We're actually subconsciously listening to them every single day. I really don't think that I'm gonna stop wearing makeup. It's fun. I like it. Leave me alone. But I'm just gonna be detailing the way I do my makeup and also the ways that society has impacted the way I do it. And I'm gonna be starting in just about now. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna be doing is putting on some primer. This one, I like how it just says in really big letters, poreless, because in the documentary Killing Us Softly, Jean Kilbourne talks a lot about photoshopping and how women are basically being portrayed as like having no flaws at all and having absolutely no pores as well, which is kind of weird. But I mean that's why I wear it, because I don't want to be seen with pores and because I don't want to be seen with any flaws. Now, I'm going to be moving on to foundation. So, in my sociology class, we were talking about this article called White Privilege: Unpacking the Invisible Backpack by Peggy McIntosh, where she lists privileges that she gets for just being white. And one of the privileges that she talked about was being able to find foundation to cover up blemishes that were flesh-colored. So we were put into groups to, I guess, put which privileges we considered important and not important. And somebody in my group had the audacity to say that privilege wasn't important. And I was like, that's very important to me, thank you very much. Because I can't even begin to explain to you the ordeal it was just for me to find foundation that matched my skin tone very well. I usually buy my makeup at drugstores, but it's fairly easy to find my skin tone in these places, but if I go to higher end stores, it's near impossible to find any that are my skin tone or anything darker than that. But I was able to find a foundation that matched my skin tone pretty well at Aveda, and that's what I'm going to be using today. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is working on my eyes. Something that I didn't really notice that I was always doing with my eye makeup until recently was that I always tried to highlight my eyes. I always tried to make them look bigger and brighter. And I kind of realized that I was doing this because when I was younger, I was teased a lot for the shape of my eyes. I think people assumed that I was Mexican because of the color of my skin, but they didn't really know what was going on with my eyes because they were almond shaped. So even now, without even noticing, I've been trying to make them look bigger. And now I'm going to be working on my eyebrows. Something that I wanted to talk about was a stereotype that Mexicans are hairy. I've actually been teased for the hair that grows in between my eyebrows and for the hair that grows on my upper lip. So throughout high school, I always tried to find ways that I could wax, peel, shave, pluck hair off of my face. Even now, I pluck my eyebrows and my upper lip every week, or sometimes even in the middle of the week if I notice a stray hair. Now I'm going to be doing my eyeliner. I'm going to be doing a very exaggerated eyeliner wing. Again, the aim is to make my eyes look bigger, and I'm also going to be using mascara to do that as well. And now I'm gonna be putting on blush again, with the whole trying to find things that match my skin tone or fit with my skin tone. I always have to use a darker blush. This one's kind of orangish. So next up, I'm going to be talking about my hair. Another stereotype against Mexicans is that we're greasy. And then that also goes into being sweaty, and then that goes into another very racist and derogatory term. But in my case, my hair does get greasy. It's not anything bad, it's not anything major, but I think the stereotype makes me afraid of not washing my hair on some days. So there was a certain point in my life where I would wash my hair every single day, and that made my hair extremely dry, but it made my hair not greasy, and that was what I wanted it to be. I've since reformed my ways from washing my hair every single day, and I use dry shampoo. But the problem with this dry shampoo is that it's a powder, and you could see the powder sometimes in my hair since it's so dark. And because my skin is so dark underneath it, you could see the powder. I also try to wear something nice every single day. I mean, I usually don't wear this. This is usually what I wake up in. So I'm probably gonna go get changed right now. It's a good thing I'm not in high school anymore, else I would be sent home because you can see my bra straps. I also like to wear dresses just because it's fun, and I like being what you would consider feminine. And that also kind of freaks me out because I'm like, do I like being feminine because I like being feminine? Or do I like being feminine because society has told me to like feminine things? It's almost like a cat and mouse game whenever I leave the house, because I'm always trying to avoid being criticized for being Mexican, for being Asian, for being a woman. I shouldn't have to present myself in a certain way to be considered a human being, to be considered a part of the society. I shouldn't feel like I'm being selfish just because I want some respect. Women of color are constantly told to conform to Western styles of beauty, and whenever we don't fulfill those standards, we're literally considered nothing. We should celebrate our unique features and our unique cultures and our unique styles. We should redefine what we consider beautiful, empower ourselves through our differences, and we should fight for inclusivity, not just in the beauty and fashion industry, but in our society as a whole.